All right. Let's get to you, Arnold. She has also talked about something that also stood out. I think this State of the Nation address is quite different compared to the one that he had recently. There was a bit of calm. You saw the likes of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka seated there. The last time this was happening, we saw the drama that was there. There was a bit of an uncomfortable environment between the leaders from the Kenya Kwanza and the Azimio. Yesterday, the tone was a bit different. I don't know whether that stood out for you. And also talk to me about, listening to the head of state yesterday. Do you think he captured, what the nation wanted to hear from him with that opportunity?
Well, under Article 132, specifically the address we're talking now, initially when he spoke to Parliament, he was doing so under Article 132 1A, addressing a newly elected Parliament. And so we are now talking about 132 1B. Specifically, he has got three things that he's supposed to address. Number one, in the 132 1B State of Nation address, he's supposed to talk about the realization of the national values. That is in Article 10 as number one. And number two, he's supposed to address how he has actually worked out the fulfillment of the international obligations of the Republic. And number three, the state of national security. So ordinarily, that is what the address yesterday was supposed to cover. And I would say that it covered all that. The only difference is that it was a much shorter speech, as we've been, we've come to be accustomed to over the years, is that they've been much longer. And of course, the reports will be tabled. Yesterday, the reports weren't tabled. They'll be tabled, I think, on Tuesday in Parliament, so that then Parliament can go over that and give the nation feedback. So it's a process that's not just about talking. So for me, as an individual, of course, the statement by the address yesterday was a sobering one. No hiding back. We are used to being hyped up and being told where we are going. The president spoke to us the truth. And all of us want the truth, but we hate the truth. There's the wanting, everybody looking for the truth wherever they want it, but once it dawns on you, you don't like it. So this was a sobering address to tell us exactly where we are. How we got here, but how we are going to get out of it. So when the president was running for office, of course, he had some 5 main pillars that he was actually running on, but the summary of it ended up being 3 things. That he promised the country that he would bring us, he wanted us to go towards a constitutional democracy. Number 2, a place of institutionalized politics. And number 3, a country of opportunities. He's told us exactly, and there is no better headline that captures the president's speech than the Standard. If you look at the Standard today, the headline, clearly that captures for me what the president said and the state of the nation. So a lot of the sentiments we get elsewhere, of course, are the expectations, the way we've actually, for example, allow me to just go on the sides a little bit. Every time there's been a problem, we've been used to that serikali saidia call. So when things go as hard as they are, and no one has actually told us that it's easy. But when William Ruto was actually running, he promised us so many things, but he never told us it was going to be easy. And that's exactly what he actually says on the Standard, that these are the tough choices of where we are. Number one, we ran rough with our credit card as a country. We no longer can actually go out there freely. There is the elephant in the room that has been around here. It's affected the currency, the exchange rates. It's affected even the bourse. Look at the stock exchange, the flight. The economy has been in the market's actually shaken, specifically because of one question. Because if you go back 4 or 5 years ago, there was the prophecy, let me call it the prophecy, but the projections were there. The only thing sometimes when I sit on such like platforms that make me surprised is that people are surprised that we are here when we were told that we'll be getting here. 4 or 5 years ago, economists, people who look into, you look at them and you think they were prophets of genius. They spoke up about us a moment as this, that the way we were running the country was not. So the things we clapped for people when they actually said they had brought this, now they've fallen due. We've got the Eurobond, for example, and that has been a big problem. There's been word and rumor in financial corridors about Kenya being in dire straits and that we will be defaulting. So he addressed that. And he's just told us exactly how we've gotten there. So I think from where I sit, the president came to us and told us the truth. I know people wanted to be told, okay, we will do this and we will go that, we'll go this way. When he promised a bottom-up economic model, he was actually restructuring the economy, because we are like a train that had derailed. And to bring us back, it's not going to be an easy process. So, of course, that is what we expect, and that is fair. All of us have got expectations. But then there is the reality of where we are.
All right.
Just before Bina comes in, I just needed to say this. When you look at this particular statement, let us remember that this is a political process. All politicians love to be loved. So there is no politician who comes to office and then, of course, decides to punish the people. William Ruto wants a second term. He wants to actually leave a legacy. He wants to actually do proper work so that then his watch on duty counts. So by the time a politician as seasoned as William Ruto makes such tough choices, it means that we are doing badly. Probably we should be asking, if we had not taken these hard choices, where would we be?